What you can do is see a picture of me and this guy named Heath Sanders. So Heath came up, new artist, and he performed at the Ryman. And again, he had never played the Ryman. 2 years ago, he was working on an oil field in Arkansas. And he was like, holy cow, I can't believe I get to walk in the building. I can't believe I get to get on the stage. And then he performed this song. It's a Journey song called Faithfully. This is the live version. There's been no studio edits. There's been nothing. This is Heath Sanders.
Who knows that?
Live at the Ryman with the Raging Idiots band. This is a couple nights ago. I want to play it for you now.
Highway wrong into the midnight sun. The wheels go round and round. You're on my mind. Restless heart, sleep alone tonight. I'm sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me. And love in a music, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh, girl, stand by. Let's hear y'all. You ready? I'm forever yours. Beautiful. Faithfully. Circus life under the big top world. We all need the clowns to make us smile. Through space and time, always another show. Wondering where I am, lost without you. And being apart ain't easy on this love affair. Two strangers learn to fall in love again. I get the joy of rediscovering you. Oh, girl, you stand by me. I'm forever yours. Y'all ready? I'm still I'm forever yours. Y'all are beautiful, man. Thank you so much.
Get your bones on.
That was Heath Sanders performing live at the Ryman with the Raging Idiots as part of our $1 Million show. And that whole thing will be a special, all the acts. But that was such a special moment. And I posted a picture on my Instagram last night of Heath and I. First time for him to play the Ryman. He got a standing ovation. You can see that picture on my Instagram, Mr. Bobby Bones. So go hit that up, like that. You can also follow Heath over there. But it was just an amazing moment. And as people started to creep up and do a standing ovation, he was like, he's such a humble guy. He was like, I'm going to walk off while they're, I was like, nope. So I pushed him back on stage. I was like, you sit out there and take this love because they are loving you right now. And the guy just 2 years ago was, working his, I would say 9 to 5, but like 7 to 5, working on an oil field. And so it's really cool to see somebody that, because I think he didn't get started until he was like 27, 28 years old. And it wasn't like he was 19 and left school to come do this. He was working a job, playing at bars on the weekends. And so there he is. So Heath Sanders is his name. Just so proud of that. There was no studio editing on that. That's the track right from the stage.
Crazy.
We haven't even done anything to it. And let me shout out Eddie and I, because all that, whoa, that's us.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
That's
come
our
on.
band. That's us.
Yeah.
I'm really up in that mic. My one part, I was like, whoa.
He could have done it without us. Let's be real.
Yeah. There's no way that song goes off. So, congratulations. Coming up in a second. I guess I'll talk about this, but remember a couple days ago when the president of National Geographic came on the show and she challenged our listeners and us in our Bear Grylls episode. She said, hey, let's make this the highest rated show. Let me set this up, though. There's some really big hitters on the show, like Channing Tatum was on there.
Yeah.
Like massive superstars.
Brie Larson.
Joel, Captain Marvel, that's who that is. Joel McHale. So she was like, see if you can beat them. My goal was just to finish somewhere pretty good because I knew I couldn't beat the big international stars. But we do have a ratings report, and I'll share it with you and tell you where we kind of fell into the ratings. Don't know if I would update it if she wouldn't have mentioned it on the air, but I'll give you that update in a second. Also, I got into a really weird spot last night where I didn't quite know what to do. We were having a dinner, Amy and her husband, and we were over at a friend's house. I was definitely fifth wheel, but it was kind of a precarious position for me last night, and I'll tell you what happened last night there as well. All right, that's coming up next. So I got invited to have dinner at Kaylee and Russell Dickerson's house. And you may know Russell Dickerson. He's a country artist who I didn't really know that well. We have any Russell Dickerson clips, Raymundo? Here. And so they came over to the house and did a podcast together as a husband and wife. And they were like, hey, why don't you come to the house for dinner? Normally, not something I would do. But I really had a good time with them. And I was like, all right, sure. So we found a date on the calendar. And Amy kind of knows the wife a little bit. And so Amy and her husband came last night too. So all 5 of us go over. And first of all, I had a really good time. Here's the early part of it, though. I refuse to get anywhere late. I will not be disrespectful to anybody as far as their time, unless I have an accident. So I get there 15 to 20 minutes early, and I just sat like a block down the road and just sat there and waited. When it was within 5 minutes, I got on my Instagram story. I was like, hey, I'm here. Check out the timestamp. And I sat right outside their driveway and waited for Amy. Now, I knew her husband was with her, so I knew they would be on time. And so it's like 4:58 because dinner was at 5. And 4:58 turns into 4:59, and what do I see? Amy's truck come right over the hill. Amy's husband driving. So we pull up together right at 5 o'clock.
Well,
it was a very satisfying moment.
Yeah, but no, I pull up and I see Bobby at the bottom of the hill, and their driveway is super steep. And so I thought, or maybe Bobby didn't know what parking was like up there once you got up there. So I thought, is he waiting for us? Does he want to hop in and we can all ride up together or something? And then Bobby's like, oh, no, just wait. I've been here for about 20 minutes just waiting for clock to turn 5.
If someone's going to cook food, have me at their house. If someone's going to go through all that, I'm going to make sure not only to be on time, but to be super prepared. And I also thought, do I take something over there?
Okay, so I have a funny thing about that.
Go ahead.
Did you take them tequila?
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't know that. They didn't know. I had to go back up to give something. I guess you just set it down and didn't say anything, or they didn't see you walk in with it. I didn't see you walk in with it. And I thought they just had it sitting out, like with the wine and whatnot. And then when I was leaving, they were like, oh, do you want to take your tequila? And I was like, oh, that's not my tequila. I thought it was y'all's tequila. And then I said, that's a really nice tequila, though. And I said, and that is from Bobby. He must have brought it to y'all. And they were like, oh, go give it back to him. did he bring it? Like, I don't know. And I said, no. He brought it as a gift, as a thank you, I'm sure. But like, no, it was very weird how this tequila you just kind of like laid it there and didn't say anything.
It's like the angel tequila dropper.
Yeah. But they didn't.
I just walked in and placed it somewhere quietly.
Yeah. Yeah, very quietly.
Thank you.
Nobody saw. But that was nice of you to take them that.
And it's always odd when there's an odd number of people. By the way, it was never like fit the wheel feeling so much. But at one point, the girls, I don't know, we're talking about tampons or something. And so I didn't want to be in that conversation. And I walk out, and Amy's husband and Russell are like talking about the grill. And I didn't fit there either. I was in this weird purgatory of not being quite man enough and not being quite woman enough. So I just kind of sat in the middle and was like, oh boy, where do I go? So did a little girl talk, did a little tampon talk, and then luckily everybody got brought back together by the rain. So I was in like conversation purgatory because I'm not quite that masculine.
Yeah.
I'm not quite that feminine. It was just in that weird hole there. And then I think dinner went from like 5 to 8:15 or so.
Yeah.
We like talked ahead, then had dinner. It was a lot of fun. I give it 9 out of 10 dinner napkins.
Okay.
No, 4 out of 5. We do 5, right?
You're 5.
I give it 4.5 out of 5 dinner napkins. The only reason it's not a 5 is because I was exhausted from Monday and Tuesday, being out late both those nights. And it was a weeknight. If it had been like on a Friday, I'd probably went till 9.
Yeah,
crazy. What do y'all talk about? Like music and stuff, or?
We talked about everything.
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting there, and you kind of do an hour talk on each side, but the back hour was really good. We talked about, some music, because he's a musician, and, we travel, and talked about, I don't know, Amy's adoption and flying. Amy's husband's a pilot, so we talked about that.
Airplanes.
Talked about our
Bear Grylls.
Just everything that you would talk about with humans. So it was fun though. We had a good time. And then I was glad that.
Okay, did you see what they do with corks? I thought this was really cool.
Like wine corks.
Yeah, so and I saw this in their house. So this is an idea for people because I think y'all will like it. They had this big glass bowl of corks, and I didn't know what they were until later. She posted on Instagram, and it was a cork from a bottle of wine that her husband had opened at dinner. And on it had the date, and it said dinner with Bobby, Amy, and Ben. And then they threw it back. They threw it in there, and it's full of all things. And I guess anytime they open a bottle of wine, whether they're celebrating or it's just people coming over for dinner or they're just watching TV, they write on it what they were doing and put it in there.
That's cool.
And then it's like decoration, and then also special.
Yeah.
Mine would be like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Just the day.
Oh, Monday.
Random day.
3 p.m. Nobody around.
Alone.
It was good though, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was
we had
really
a good time.
good.
We had a good time. I have here a piece of audio from Courtney Monroe, who is the president of Nat Geo. She's the president of that channel. We had mentioned on the show that, in my mind, I didn't feel like I was near as famous as anyone else on that show, Running Wild with Bear Grylls. It's kind of an honor to be invited on that show because he comes and he takes celebrities out and does really crazy stuff with them. And when I got invited, I was like, wow, I didn't think I was famous enough because, again, it was Channing Tatum, Brie Larson, the guy from Star Trek. It was Joel McHale. It was the guy who won the Oscar for the documentary, the Free Solo guy.
Oh, yeah.
So it was all of these people, and I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I'm in this. Armie Hammer, who's a Golden Globe actor.
Oh, yeah.
Rob Riggle, who, Dave Bautista, Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's all these cool people. Which one doesn't fit? Usually it's me. So, and she fought to get me on the show. And she was like, I know you don't know who he is, but it's going to be a good show. So the show airs, and so many of you guys put on your Instagram story. I'm just so appreciative and so grateful of it. But here's a clip of her on our show, and we'll do a follow-up here.
I think we should challenge all of your listeners and fans to make it the most watched episode of the season. Like, you should be bigger than Channing Tatum and bigger than Brie Larson and bigger than Rob Riggle. Let's prove everybody wrong.
Wait, everybody hates me? She's like, let's prove everyone. No, wait, everyone?
No, not your fans. Not your fans. Everyone. No, but I am telling you, the consensus is yours is the best episode of the season.
Well, I was very proud of the episode, and I'm thankful to the people who are still watching it. It's on Hulu, by the way. Amy found that last night. Right now, if you want to watch it, it's on Hulu.
If you missed it, it's up.
And so we didn't finish last, which is great because I was going to be humiliated if I came in and we were the lowest rated episode.
That's good.
We actually were the highest rated episode of the season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is crazy to think that
crazy.
So thank you. Without you guys spreading the word and watching it, I think up until this point the Channing Tatum episode was the highest. There's only one episode left. and we are now the highest rated episode of the season.
That's pretty cool.
It
Wow.
was really cool. I was so grateful last night that when they sent the ratings, because I was nervous I was going to finish last. I was like, man, this is going to be embarrassing if I'm, because nobody knows who, I'm just an idiot. But thank you so much. The season finale does come up next Tuesday, but let's hope it gets a lower rating than mine. Let's be honest.
I mean, you're probably busy on Tuesday.
Got stuff going on.
Hey, catch it on DVR like 2 days later. It's a great show. Catch it on DVR.
I know.
though.
I'm so lost on how ratings work, and I just don't know anything about it. And I told Bobby I was curious about Channing Tatum's episode just to see what he had to do compared to what Bobby had to do, but I don't want to click on it.
You don't want to give it a rating?
Because I don't want to give it a rating.
If you're not watching it live, it's fine.
Okay.
But you can watch it whatever. I'm grateful to the show, but thank you to you guys because we have the highest rated show from people much more famous, much cooler, much better looking. But it was exciting. So, and yeah, that's all. So thanks. Appreciate that. And thanks again to Courtney Monroe from Nat Geo for really taking a chance on this guy over here, which is me. All right, Luke Combs, Even Though I'm Leaving, Bobby Bones Show. Appreciate you guys. Just by a quick yay. Who in this room thinks things can be haunted?
Oh.
Yay.
Lunchbox Eddie?
Yep.
Yay. Yeah.
Ray?
I'm going to go yay as well.
3 yays, 3 Amy, Morgan, number 2, and I say no. So it's about half and half. So you think things can be haunted?
Sure.
Yes.
Family in Houston says it's being haunted by a doll of Elsa from Frozen.
Oh.
Even when they tried to throw it away, it appeared in their house again.
See?
On Christmas of 2013, a Houston area girl was given an Elsa doll, and everything was good until it wasn't. The doll recited phrases from the movie and sang "Let It Go." All you had to do is push a button on its necklace for it to happen. For 2 years, it did that in English. But in 2005, it started alternating between Spanish and English. There wasn't a button that changed those. It was just random. The family has owned the doll for more than 6 years and never changed its batteries. The mother says the doll would randomly begin to speak at times, too, when it was off, completely off. The doll would talk. In December, they said, we're getting rid of this doll. However, despite throwing it in the trash, the doll was found inside a bench in their living room.
Ooh.
Just weeks later. Elsa completely stopped speaking in English and only began to speak in Spanish. The family attempted to throw away the doll again, and it showed up in the house again. Now, is somebody just messing with them? Or do you really believe Elsa's haunted? And what's so haunting about someone speaking Spanish? I like people talk Spanish. Aren't we getting a little crazy with the word haunted?
Yeah.
I just saw the headline. It was like, doll is haunted. I was like, that's something I'll click into.
Maybe the ghost is Spanish speaking.
Used to live in that house.
Yeah.
Help us get rid of this haunted doll, they say. Do you have anything haunted? Do you have anything connected to a spirit?
Not that I know of.
Eddie?
No, but we stayed at a hotel one time, and there was a picture that, I don't know, either my wife or someone didn't like the picture, so they put it down, and then next time we went in the room, it was up again.
Stop it. That's not true.
Because like a cleaning person came in and put it up.
How long were you gone? And were you gone between the hours of like 10 and 3?
30 minutes, dude.
Stop it.
Okay.
30 minutes.
Okay.
I'll never forget that time. That was crazy.
Lunchbox?
Oh, the house down the street from me. My buddy lived there. There was a little kid that the ghost lived there and locked me in the closet one time when I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, threw me in the closet, and it got really cold and I couldn't get out and had to bang on the door. And then we would sit there and watch TV during the day and you would see footprints on the stairs. No doubt about it.
How old were you?
I was like 9, 10.
This would have happened at your age now.
I don't know. The house, they sold the house, and then like 2 months later, it's already for sale again because the people probably saw the ghost. I'm telling you guys, it is so real.
You got locked in the room.
Locked in the closet. Got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I'm walking down the hall, and I got shoved in the closet by the ghost.
Did you see the guy that got locked in the 24-hour fitness?
Yeah.
Like, he goes into the gym. He's swimming laps in the pool, and then they lock it all around him, and he can't get out. Do we have the audio of that, Raymundo, still? So he gets out of the pool, and all of a sudden, he's like, oh, I can't get out of the gym. They've locked me in. They shut the whole thing down while I was in there swimming laps. I guess they didn't walk in the pool room
Yeah.
Weird.
while he was swimming. Here you go.
I'm sure the security footage will show that I covered every square foot of that place. I went upstairs into the offices and, looked in all the downstairs offices. And as they're looking through the windows, they are just laughing. They were the funniest officers I've ever met in my life. Happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Then he got on Instagram and was like, I'm locked in here. And if they came to get him.
Oh, amazing.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
For us, not for him.
Yeah, it's probably
And also,
scary.
how weird to get locked inside of something. Because usually you can always get out from the inside.
And what gym was it?
I think it was a 24-hour fitness.
So why are they locking the doors anyways? It's 24 hours.
True.
Thought about this.
But I don't think
Was
maybe,
it a 24-hour fitness, Mike?
I don't know that all 24-hour fitnesses are 24 hours.
It's like the
actually.
dollar store.
Yeah. It's just like a gimmick. It's like
Not everything's a dollar.
yeah, you can work out here all day long except for between the hours.
Yeah, but the dollar store, things can be $1.
Sure, there could be things.
There are
But
some
24-hour fitness seems like it should be open all the time.
Correct.
Dollar store, I'm okay with bending that.
yeah, 'cause
because
it's all
it
made
can-
of dollars.
Yeah, everything's $1. Everything's $1-ish. It's cheap. 24-hour fitness is, we're open 24 hours. Be fit these 24 hours. His name's Dan Hill. It's a pretty funny picture. He's like, I'm trapped in here. Okay, there's that. I do want to get to what Raymundo showed up at my house for mysteriously. Didn't know he was coming. Walked in the house, saw him walk out. Like as soon as I walked in, he walked out. Also a proposal with something that maybe isn't super conventional. And then obviously this. All right, you guys can always email the show, ask your questions. Morgan, number 2, how do they get in touch with the show?
Mailbag at bobbybones.com.
All right, let's open it up.
Bobby's Mailbag.
Hey, Bobby. So I'm proposing to my girlfriend. She has subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, been showing me her taste in wedding rings for about a year now. I know what she likes, a diamond that isn't obnoxiously big and lots of smaller stones along the band. But about 4 months ago, once my grandmother knew our relationship was serious and headed toward marriage, she approached me about using my late great-grandmother's ring. Not only was this significant because my great-grandmother was a Holocaust survivor, but my grandmother told me she had the ring appraised at roughly $10,000. When she offered me the ring, how could I say no? The problem is, this ring is pretty much the exact opposite style of what my girlfriend likes. It is a large diamond with a silver, almost angular band. My question is, should I propose with my great-grandmother's ring, even if it's not the style she wants? This is a great question.
No, it's too hard.
This is a great
Do
question.
you have an answer?
And you guys can hit us up if you want. 877-77-BOBBY and hop in on this conversation. 877-77-BOBBY. Tough situation here. Yeah, I know my answer. I know that ring is important to you and important to her. But you know what's a little bit more important? Is your wife. And if you know she's not going to like it, you can't give it to her as is. I think you can maybe take some stuff from that ring if you're just determined to use it. I would say leave that ring altogether and get her one that she would like. Because you don't want your wife wearing a ring that she doesn't like, that doesn't make her feel good. In the end, that's going to be on her hand the whole time, every day, just about for the rest of her life. And do you want her really wearing something that she doesn't feel like looks good on her, she doesn't feel comfortable with, doesn't love? Just doesn't love. So my answer is going to be, you have to get her a ring or make her a ring that looks like what she likes. Now, if you explain the situation, who knows? She may actually come around and go, well, this is value to me based on the value to you. But I'm still going to say no. I think you have to get her a ring that you know she would like, especially if you know this is the opposite of what she likes. If it was somewhere close, I think that value of would elevate it. But if she just doesn't like it, I don't think you can propose with it. Tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
But I think your wife for the rest of your life, probably the mother of your children, I think her wants rank over keeping your family's ring in the family. Because you can always give it to somebody else. You could actually have it, hold it, and give it to your kid to give to someone. Maybe you have a sister. The ring doesn't have to die.
It can still stay in the family.
Yes. So that would be my thoughts. Amy?
I support those thoughts. It's good. I think it would be super special. But yeah, if it's the exact opposite of what she wants, then you kind of, it's better to go. Like probably part of you doesn't want to let down your grandma or whomever is giving you the ring and to say, oh, sorry, I'm not going to use it. But then if you don't let down your grandma, you're going to let down your soon-to-be wife.
And let's be honest, grandma's only got a few years left.
Right. Wife forever.
Yeah. Kane in Georgia, you're on the air. What do you think, bud?
Yeah, I was thinking that they should use it. He should use it for the proposal and see how she reacts. And then, depending on how she acts, just let her know that she has the option. They can get another one. But that was offered from his great-grandmother. And it kind of meant a lot to them, and kind of see how she reacts. But let her know she does have the option to get another one, but they're going to have that one as well.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not big on the proposal being a science experiment, and let's see how she does, and we can manipulate it based on what her feelings are right when one of the biggest moments of her life happens.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really like that. Let's just judge it. It gets on tape. Let's go back and look at the tape and see what her face does.
I thought that was kind of a good idea.
Oh, to like trick her,
Not
like
trick,
emotion?
but kind of put the decision on her. Like, all right,
Why would you put her through that?
well, no, if she wants it.
Because she didn't have to make that decision of
to hurt grandma.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's no longer my decision anymore. Yes.
I think that would be kind of a selfish thing to do. Take the decision off of you and make her do it.
Right.
Okay.
And then you just want to be able to go to grandma and be like, Grandma, I tried. She didn't like it.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Grandma, she dry heaved. I'll be honest with you.
I wouldn't have done that. I would have taken it to grandma.
It's very valuable. I just think you can give it to somebody else in the family or even your kids later on. The ring doesn't have to lose the sentimental value. And also, grandma didn't use it. If it was your great grandma's ring, you have two generations that didn't use it. It's not like everyone's using it all generations down. Mm-hmm. If it was great grandma's, grandma didn't use it, and neither did your parents.
Right.
And then you did mention something about, using the ring and taking it apart.
I would take the rocks out and put it in the ring.
And when you said that, I was like, oh, no, you can't do that to it. But I thought, like, my mom left, like, my sister and I inherited everything from my mom, and some of the stuff we had to split. And, like, her wedding ring, like, we took it apart. I took the gold band that it was on because it's really thick and cool looking, and then my sister took the diamond. And so we split that up. We didn't keep it intact, and should we have? So I guess it's not bad to split it up as long as you still have all the pieces and people can enjoy it that way.
Caitlin in Kansas, you're on the Bobby Bone Show. Caitlin, what do you think about this? Hi, Caitlin.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Wow, this is crazy. I've always wanted to be on the show. My husband didn't propose till about 4 or 5 years after we were together, and I would have been very happy to accept any ring at that point. So I don't know. I also have this idea of there's so many different ways to restyle rings nowadays. And I'm wondering if maybe he could take it to the jewelers and see what he can do to restyle it into the style she wants, but still use.
Yeah, I think that too. And I think I'd have probably laid on that a little harder, but Amy acted like it was the dumbest thing ever said.
I know, I
So
do.
I got off of that. I was like, you know what?
Well, when you did say it, I was like, no, because Holocaust survivor, like there was something to it where I was like, it's special. Like there's a story. There could be some, like, you don't want to mess it up. But then after I really thought through it, I don't think that's such a bad idea.
Yeah, the style, it's still there.
Yeah, it's like you still
Okay, I feel
have
good about it again.
Yeah,
I'm going to hop back on that a little
Get
bit.
back on it.
All right, thank you for the call. Appreciate that. You can go to our Facebook page. We'll post this up. Go to facebook.com/Bobby Bones Show, and you can add your comment up there. Dan and Shay and Justin Bieber now. This is 10,000 Hours, Bobby Bones Show. Hey, let's go take this call from Kerry in Indiana, who's been sitting on hold. Hey, Kerry, thanks for calling the show. What's happening with you?
Hey, good morning, studio.
Morning.
I'm kind of starstruck right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was listening earlier when you, Bobby, were talking about like your ratings to the show that you were just recently on, and kind of like overcap of like everything that I've been following thus far with you. I mean, winning the Mirrorball Trophy on Dancing with the Stars, the show, all of the different awesome things that you're doing. I have to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm chasing a 2-year-old. But like all the stuff that you're doing, I guess like maybe just like how humble you really are, or if you have to realize like what an impact you make on people's lives. And like, you deserve those ratings. Like, Channing Tatum, like, what? Who? Like, who's
Oh,
that?
stop
Like,
it.
Bobby Bones is. No, I'm serious.
Stop it.
Because, like, you are such a positive influence on so many people. It is incredible because I listen to your show every single morning when I take my daughter to school. And I'm so excited to finally find a radio station that doesn't have a bunch of like negativity, like political involvement or anything like that. It's such a nice, refreshing show that uplifts people, has funny little quirks like the morning corny that Amy does. I mean, we laugh at that all the time. And like, just like the Tell Me Something Good segment, like literally everything you do is such a positive influence on so many people. Like, don't sell yourself short. Like, you totally deserve those ratings. Like, that is, like, just a testament to what, like, how amazing you really are.
Well,
and what an impact
it's a
you
very
make.
nice call. I couldn't pay someone to say things as sincerely. I could try. I could pay somebody to say things, but that was very sincere, and I appreciate that. And let me say this. First of all, let me talk about the debate the other night. I'm just kidding. It's political.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I just do everything she just told me not to. Yeah, listen, what do you say after that call? I appreciate it. We try to do our best to be real people. We can annoy you at times because if we didn't, though, we wouldn't be normal humans. So we try to be our most authentic self, but I think we pretty much all live in a very positive facing way, right?
Yeah, we try.
And we bring it on. We try. We don't always hit it,
Right.
but we try. So thank you for that call. And what she's talking about with the ratings is I mentioned the president of Nat Geo was on the show a couple days ago going, we want your episode of Running Wild with Bear Grylls to be the biggest, even bigger than Channing Tatum. And I scoffed at that because he's a humongous star. And we had the biggest rated show of the season, which is pretty exciting. I got the news last night when I was with Amy, and I was like, holy crap, can you believe it? I didn't finish last. And then
It's amazing.
we had the highest rated show. So thank you very much for that call. Kerry, it's very nice. I hope you found your kid. You're good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just crazy chasing a 2-year-old around.
Well, very kind of you to say, and thank you for listening to the show. And we will do our best to be as authentic as we possibly can all the time, okay?
Yeah.
May not be
Thank
the
you so
most
much for taking my
pleasant.
call.
I come in grumpy sometimes. We get irritated with each other. We're very close. Like I'm reading the text here. People are so irritated with me saying you could take the stones out of that grandma's ring and give it to. They're like, that's the stupidest advice I've ever heard. So.
But it's not.
But it is what you believe.
But it is also, it's an opinion.
Right.
That doesn't make me right or wrong. It's an opinion. But it's always funny when people tell you your opinion is wrong because their opinion is right. No, that's just your opinion.
And what
We don't
works
have to be
for
that
you-
divisive. Everything doesn't have to be black and white, right or wrong.
Right.
Okay. I'm done. What's wrong with?
What's wrong with people?
All right. All right. Cool. Let's. I think we're gonna come back. Do you want to do the U.S. citizenship test?
Yeah.
On who?
Well, just in general,
Oh,
because
boy.
something's happening where people aren't sure of it. It just makes me think of you should
No.
know this stuff to be a
Yeah.
U.S. citizen. We'll
I
do.
know, but every year sometimes I do good, sometimes I do bad. I'm like, depending on when I take the test, I might be a good U.S. citizen.
That and Raymundo, who came to my house yesterday and what he showed up for.
Okay.
Just randomly showed up at my house. We'll talk about that next. So I read a story that most Americans don't know when taxes are due. Do you know?
April 15th.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. And that's a question on the U.S. citizenship test. Is when are
Sweet.
taxes due? You knew it. You're a citizen.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
deadline is April 15th. By the way, just for everybody listening too.
Deadline.
April 15th.
Yeah.
So let's do the citizenship quiz. Write your answers down. Amy, Lunchbox, producer Eddie.
Yeah.
I have 10 U.S. questions.
Oh.
If you miss it, you're eliminated.
This is just the worst.
I love America, by the way.
Me too. I would like to just start off by saying
Yes.
we
Yeah, I'm
love
USA all the
America.
way.
All the way.
Red, white, and blue.
Red, white,
Yep,
and blue.
that's what I bleed.
Every day.
Are you ready? Question number 1.
Grateful to be here.
Yep.
What's the name of the national anthem? Easy. What's the name of the national anthem?
I'm in.
And
Amy?
I'm in for the win.
Star Spangled Banner.
Lunchbox?
Star Spangled Banner.
Eddie?
Star Spangled Banner.
Okay, good. Everybody gets that one. Who is considered to be the father of our country?
I'm in.
I'm in for the win.
I'm in.
Eddie?
George Washington.
Lunchbox?
George Washington.
Amy?
George Washington.
You're all right. Okay. That's level super elementary. Let's go to the first grade, though.
Oh, boy.
Okay? The first 10 amendments to the Constitution is called what?
I'm in.
I'm in for the win.
Hold on. I'm in.
Lunchbox?
Bill of Rights.
Eddie?
Declaration of Independence.
Wow.
Well, repeat the question again.
No, you've already missed it.
I'm pretty sure I don't know.
Bill of Rights.
Oh, brother.
Eddie, you've been eliminated.
Wow.
You're not a citizen.
I do love America, though.
Nope.
It's okay that you don't.
Adios.
Yep.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Back to
Amy.
Mexico.
Dang. Wow.
Really good.
Okay.
That was
What do the stripes of the American flag represent? What do the stripes on the American flag represent?
I'm in for the win.
And
Lunchbox?
The colonies.
Amy?
the 13 colonies.
Nice. Eddie, I'm so disappointed in
I know,
you right
I knew
now.
that one.
No, stop it.
Okay. Just saying.
At least you didn't say 10 Commandments.
What piece of land did the United States buy from France in 1803?
What
What?
piece
Say it again.
We're in like 4th grade now. What piece of land did the United States buy from France in 1803?
What? What? Okay. I'm in.
I'm in for the win.
Lunchbox?
I put Louisiana, also known as Louisiana Purchase.
Amy?
Louisiana.
Wow.
Sandbagged you.
I would have accepted any of that. Louisiana Territory, Louisiana Purchase.
Okay.
Wow, good for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, who dat?
How many U.S. senators are there? This is the U.S. citizenship test.
In.
Got him.
Please.
How many U.S. senators are there? Amy jumping in quick. Maybe as an intimidation tactic. It's her and Lunchbox left.
Let's see. How do you do as senators?
Just
What
come
do you
on.
mean? What?
What is the other one called?
No, don't talk about stuff.
I'm in for the win.
In.
Amy,
100.
Lunchbox.
There's only 50 states, so you got 50 senators.
Well, one of you's right.
Oh,
That's
boy.
Amy.
It's me.
Oh, no.
I know
That's
it.
it.
I know
no.
it's me. I know it's not. It's not just one.
Well, why wouldn't you have one from each state?
Because you have two
Because
from
you got
each.
two.
Why?
Hit it.
Amy is the winner. You get to be the most citizen of all. So in the House, though, it's all based on, like, you get more people, like in Congress.
Yes.
Then-
Those are representatives.
Right, the representatives. Then senators, you get two. Like California has more people in the House of Representatives than somewhere like Arkansas, where I'm from.
Right.
So who's in the House of Representatives if it's not a senator? Is it just
A member of Congress?
Congressmen and women?
Yeah.
That's just what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congressmen
Like,
and women.
shout out. I had in Atlanta, I had a congresswoman that was helping me get my kids. She was super nice.
The House is population based, and that is also based on the census. So when they do census, this is why it's important. So a state like California, like I said, would have more people in the House than Arkansas. However, every state gets two. Doesn't matter the population. Rhode Island gets two, and so does Texas. Senators.
So do we elect those people? The senators?
Everything's
Yeah.
elected. Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know if they were appointed.
No, that judges are appointed for on a federal level. A lot of judges are appointed. Some are elected.
Man,
But
I'm going to check out who my senators are.
Okay.
I'm going to apologize to them.
All right, Amy, you are the winner. Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Feels good. Proud to be an American.
That's right. You are the most American on the show.
I know. I didn't miss.
Well,
I didn't
Amy is
miss a single question.
Amy is the greatest American on the show today.
Wow.
Wow. All right, Scotty McCreery, this is it. Bobby Bones Show. By the way, if I was factually inaccurate about any of the stuff I was just spitting out, sorry. I didn't look it up.
Bobby for governor.
Yeah.
It's a Bobby Bones Show.